So just wanted to share a few stats with you really quickly here today. I've been very actively uploading music, as you know, on different royalty-free libraries for a few years now. And I've been doing some case studies with one of my accounts. Now, this is an account that is giving me consistently sales on a regular basis, and the last time I uploaded a piece of music there was on August of 2019. Here are the statistics of the sales, and as you can see, they're really consistent, and this is just on a few weeks, probably 2 weeks of sales. And there are very small sales, there are small takings, but the reason why I'm doing this is to show you that it's truly possible to create passive income selling music on royalty-free libraries. Now, this is a special library for me, Melody Loops. I do have a particular track that is a bestseller. The two things to consider in this case study is that, first of all, when you don't upload constant music, sales do tend to decrease and to dip very drastically, okay? In this particular library, I decided to do the experiment because I do have a bestseller. And as you can see, it does drive some kind of traffic, not only to my portfolio, but as well, the main seller is the one that is giving me most of the sales on a regular basis. But that being said, it is important to notice as well that I have other songs that are very similar to this one that have been selling as well quite a lot. And there are different Latin theme songs that I have there, and even a flamenco one that is slowly picking up. So the algorithm in every single library, they're very different, and I just wanted to do a case study on one of my libraries. In this case, in this particular one, I have slowed down a little bit on Audio Jungle as well, and I do see a massive decrease in sales for sure. And I think it's like anything, you know, the algorithm usually doesn't help if you're not really active. On Pong 5, I see the same kind of pattern as well. If you're not very actively uploading, you're going to see a big dip in sales. That being said, on both libraries, even though I get consistent sales from Pong 5 and Audio Jungle, I don't have a bestseller as such. So I cannot really judge. That's why I'm always preaching about non-exclusivity, because every library will give you different things. And this particular library, Melody Loops, that particular song that I'm showing you here, Morning Coffee in the Park, that same song, I have it on Audio Jungle and Pond 5. And on Audio Jungle, it has 0 sales. So that shows you a lot, you know. This particular song, Morning Coffee in the Park, in Audio Jungle has 0 sales. In Pond 5, I have a few sales. But on Melody Loops is my best seller, so you can never tell where your music is going to shine for sure. It's almost unpredictable. You can never tell, because it's the same music track, it's the same description, it's the same tagging, it's exactly the same tune, which I'm very proud of. And it's been doing fantastic in this small library, Melody Loops, and then on a bigger library like Audio Jungle or Pond 5, it just doesn't sell. So again, another thing to consider, the second point that I wanted to get very quickly, is that you have to focus on your strength as a composer. Because you see here that I have most of these songs that I'm showing you here on Melody Loops, which I have found some kind of a success, especially with the flamenco, the Latin romance, My Latin Lover, and Salsa Night, One Night in Colombia. They are all acoustic, and they all fall in the world category. because they're Latin music, but they're all folk, kind of Latin music, really. So it's really one of my strengths as a composer, because it's all recorded very organically with just a microphone and some classical guitar, or a flamenco guitar, I should say. And by the way, while I'm mentioning this, I have this video series that I'm still doing, which is how to compose or how to write an acoustic guitar track for music licensing, and I'm developing that track, which is very similar to this song "Morning Coffee in the Park," and I'm developing that music track in a series of videos. If you haven't checked that video yet, I will leave the link somewhere around here so you can see that video. So far, I have composed acoustic guitar parts, I have drums, and I have a bass line, and thanks a lot for all the comments on what other instruments I should keep on adding to this particular music track. But it's very similar to this music tracks that I have here on Melody Loops and on Audio Jungle and Pond 5 as well. But here, my tracks, they have very much picking up, even though I have stopped uploading there. The last time I uploaded something on this particular library was in August of 2019. So it's been a long time since I uploaded a single music track, and this particular library, I keep getting sales. That's a very important thing to note here. The exception here is that I do have one track that is my best seller, and I think that's the one that I know not only keeps on selling, but somehow customers or client or the algorithm in this particular library, some people might be able to still find my portfolio or relatable songs, and when they have something that is very similar to the bestseller, it kind of like, it's almost like a backlinks in a way, and that's my own theory. But then again, I'm not an expert when it comes down to algorithms, because who knows how this algorithm works, you know. So the big takings of this video is to focus on your strengths and really create a lot of music in that particular genre that you're really good at, and upload that same music track to different libraries so you can test the market, and know that if you do happen to have some kind of success with one library, with just one song, you could easily take your foot off the gas. You might see some decrease in sales, but it could be consistent. And this is just what I've done now with this particular library, and I'm just, like I said, this is just a case study. It's not something that I'm happy to be doing, because I do love to compose music and upload them, especially to Melody Loops, because it's one of my favorite accounts, because it's such a small library. It's a small team of group of people, and I love working with small libraries like them. And but I just wanted to do it to test the waters in this area, and just really show that it is possible to just not do anything with one library and see what happens. And obviously, as soon as I stopped uploading music there, I saw that the sales decreased a little bit, but they were still very consistent, and I just keep getting sales, you know. It might be small sales, but it still add up every week to make a withdrawal on a weekly basis. So I really love that as well about this library. I don't have to wait for every month to make a withdrawal. I am gonna carry on uploading, of course, new music, and this particular music track that I'm working, like I said, I'll leave the link in the description, which is another acoustic track. When it's finished, I'm gonna be uploading them to different libraries and do a real case study as well, to see what happens, you know, when you focus on your strength, you compose a music track based on my strategies, and really upload them to different royalty-free libraries and see what kind of response I get in this case, and where is it selling, and I have my own predictions of what's going to happen based on the libraries that I'm involved with, but I want to do it as well as a different case study. So the two case studies that are happening are compose a new music track based on my strength as a composer, with this video series. Like I said to you, I'm still working on them, and go and check it out, link in the description. And the other one is what I've just done, which is just stop uploading completely to this particular library, because I happen to have one song that is very successful, and see what happens if the sales completely stop, and they haven't. So that's just to show you what's possible, and big opportunities out there for you, really. Thanks a lot for watching. Thanks a lot for all the love and support. Thanks for subscribing. And before I go, I have a free music licensing workshop on how to earn $500 and between $500 and $1,000 per month, selling your music on royalty-free libraries. This is a free workshop that I have just launched this week. Link in the description as well. Sign up and watch that free workshop. It's around 40 minutes of pure strategies of how can you actually increase your sales, or if you're a beginner, to just get your foot in the door of pretty much doing what I'm doing and expect the same kind of results. And I'm really happy with this workshop. There's some of you have already seen this workshop, and I'm really glad to share with you. Again, it's a free 40 minutes workshop on music licensing, and there I'm going to teach you the 3 strategies on how to start earning between $500 and $1,000 per month selling music on royalty-free libraries. Go and check out that workshop, and I hope you enjoy it and take a lot of value out of there, so you can start doing the same thing. Again, thanks a lot for all the love and support. Thanks for subscribing to the channel, and as always, rock and roll, and here's to your success.